To everybody who's watching, don't buy it. I'm out.
Today we're going to look at some of the most notable scams that Mark Cuban called out on Shark Tank. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Let's get to it. Be somebody. Kash Shaikh definitely had confidence and style when he entered the Shark Tank, having a dancing number and a solid voice for when he pitched his idea in Be Somebody. And you need to have confidence to ask for $1 million for just 10% in your company. The point of his company was a bit clever. He was trying to set up a learning through experience initiative where you'd go online and book meetings with people in your field so that you could learn from them and pursue your passion.
So we built an iOS app. If you hit that little plus, it opens up all my passions. You can add as many as you want. You can create them. And then our algorithm takes everything you're passionate about, then shows you experiences around you in your local area. It's an experience marketplace. Think about Airbnb when you're booking houses. Here you can book an experience.
And to prove that he was serious, he brought in Bollywood dancers, a Ninja Warrior contestant, and an Olympian to show the reach that this program could have with the right investment. Not surprisingly, the Sharks were a bit curious about the idea. They were interested, and they could tell that it had potential. But there were also gaps in the business model that they knew they needed to have filled in. One of the biggest ones being about liability.
How do you protect yourself against lawsuits like that?
Right now, we haven't had that problem. We know we're going to have to figure that out as we scale.
What would be the answer if you had that problem?
I think that's the reason we're raising capital, because we need
so
some...
we could lose it in a lawsuit?
To insure yourself?
Well,
Another was that it wasn't clear whether Be Somebody was about training or just paying to do an activity with an expert in their desired field, which is a huge difference. But what did Mark Cuban have to say about it? Simply put, he had two big reasons why he felt it was kind of a scam, and he was the first shark to be out due to those reasons.
Rule number one, the longer the backstory, the worse the deal.
Well, let me tell you about our business.
More preaching always equals less money for the investor. For those two reasons, I'm out.
As you can see, Mark isn't having any of this, and one by one, the other sharks follow his example and start to back out. When Cash tries to salvage the situation, him and Mark go at it.
You know what's going to screw you up, Cash? The fact that you're believing your own nonsense. Right? At some point, you got to do the work. Just being Be Somebody doesn't get done, bro. You got to do something.
What do you think I've been doing for 3 years? No, we haven't. We built it.
Mark then delivers the highlight of the pitch to wrap things up.
Go Be Somebody, bro.
Hey, good luck. Keep out watching out for us. You guys will see it. Take care.
Will.
Cash didn't do that, and he was sent packing. SO watches. There have been many different kinds of watches and wrist items that have come onto Shark Tank over the years, and Ryan Naylor tried to add his to the mix with his SO Watches brand, a brand that he claimed was not only fashionable, but had negative ion technology that made them special. Naylor was only seeking $35,000 for 20% of the company, which is quite reasonable. It wasn't the deal that was throwing off the Sharks, nor was it the ions. It was the scam that was unfolding before their eyes. To be clear, negative ions do exist, and many products have used it in the past in one form or another.
What we have done is we use the counterpart of positive ion to help bring our body back to its more natural state, called negative ion. What we do is we put it in our watches, and it helps restore our energy field in our bodies.
But to say that it has an effect on the body is unproven, dubious, and arguably a lie. Something that Mark Cuban was happy to point out when he refused to try the watches because he's allergic to scams.
So I actually have a few watches for each of you guys to have.
Thank you very much.
Here's yours.
No, thanks. Go ahead. You keep it.
It's Dallas Mavericks blue, just for you.
That's okay. You keep it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mark, are you allergic to positive, negative ion stuff?
No, I'm allergic to scams.
You might think he was being harsh, but as he went on, he noted that the science was bogus. Other products were using it, and that at best it was the placebo effect, meaning it was mind over matter, and he made his stand there and backed away. However, while Mark was out, twice in fact, the other sharks were at least curious. Mr. Wonderful wanted to know about sales, and Ryan claimed that he did have them. Then Lori came in and asked how the process was made, and asked if he had an independent laboratory testing to prove that it was exactly as he claimed it was. Mark couldn't hold back on letting his feelings known on this.
Do you have laboratory testing on this? Independent laboratory testing that
Hell
shows
no.
that it really works?
Hell no.
To be able to sell something like this on any TV medium whatsoever, you have to have independent laboratory testing that shows your claims. Otherwise, the FTC is going to be all over you.
No, we don't have anything.
Then when another shark called Ryan a liar, things got really escalated. In the end, only Mr. Wonderful was left standing, and the best compliment that he could give to Ryan was that he was able to take a lot of abuse. Kevin then said he would offer him a deal on one condition.
How about this? If you admit it's a scam, maybe I'll invest. Is it a scam?
I don't believe it is.
In the end, the Sharks backed out, and his time was done. Ironically, Ryan did bounce back. He made sales of his watches, and eventually opened up another business after shutting down SO Watches, minus Cal. Finally, we have a health food from Barrett Jackie's and Crom Carmichael from Tennessee. They wanted $500,000 for 20% of their business. Minus Cal was a line of protein bars, among other things, that would help users lose weight by literally blocking the fat absorption capabilities of the body.
And how does Minus Cal block fat?
So imagine your digestive tract is a party, and our ingredient, the Colive, is the bouncer. Colive escorts the fat out of the party and out of your system.
Is that possible? Technically it could be, but the question was whether the Minus Cal brand could live up to their claims. To their credit, they did outline the ingredient that would help them do that, and that's Colive. What's that? That's a substance that, according to some studies, will stop the breakdown of fat molecules in the body and let them pass through you without getting digested.
Now, Colive is an all-natural ingredient that's derived from fresh green tea. We extract that and we increase the potency of that particular molecule by 20 times. It will help lower your cholesterol, and the evidence shows that the people who took our product versus the placebo also lost weight.
If that seems too good to be true, the Sharks were right there with you. Mark Cuban alone called them out for their contradictory statements, such as how they were saying it was a nutrition bar instead of a weight loss product. But as Mark points out, their whole brand has references to weight loss.
Let me just say one thing, please. Neither one of us claimed that if you take this product, you'll lose weight. Look at your shirt. I said neither one of us said we would lose weight.
Look at your shirt. What does your shirt say?
It says fewer calories, Mark.
Right, how do you lose weight?
Wait, may I please finish?
Another issue was the validity of their studies. After all, if Colive was such an effective ingredient for helping with weight loss of any kind, why was no one else using it in their own products? Crom got visibly upset with Mark Cuban with the continued discourse, but it wasn't only Cuban. The other Sharks pointed out the flaws in their product and branding.
You're just plain wrong. That particular molecule, that extract, also will help you on your weight. It won't make
what
you
did you
lose.
just say?
It won't make you lose weight. It will help you.
Will help you lose weight, but it won't make you lose weight.
Actually, Crom, now you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
And in the end, none of the Sharks bought it. In fact, Mark Cuban put the nail in their coffin by telling the public this.
To everybody who's watching, don't buy it. I'm out.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Go in peace.
Thank you.
Minus Cal shut down in 2020. I guess the public listened to Mark on this one. And there you have it, everyone. A look at the 3 Shark Tank deals that Mark Cuban felt were scams and called them out on it. Which comment from Mark was your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.